Though the evidence itself has not been revealed, U.S. intelligence is claiming to have proof of China manufacturing nuclear weapons, a blatant infraction of international treaties. China has made an unmitigated denial of the charges, restating the belief that diplomatic talks with China continue to crumble. U.S. military forces are mobilizing towards the anticipation of possible hostilities. China again denies any involvement in Combain Nicolaz's, oh my God, broadcast through the internet just minutes ago.
Cannot allow my nation to be subjected to the blatant international despotism of the United States or the cronyism of its allies. The world is not yours alone, and the soldiers you send into it are all equally guilty of American fascism. At 5:30 p.m. Greenwich Standard Time, the United States soldiers captured in a just war against their motherland will be executed. Their deaths broadcast for the world to watch.
Hello, my name is Guectro, and this is Tom Clancy Splinter Cell full stealth walkthrough with 0 alerts and minimal knockouts. This is Mission 8, Abattoir.
Fisher, we're getting close to war. If Nicolaz kills these men on live broadcast, we're sunk.
Are we worrying about the broadcast or the murders?
For now, the broadcast. It'll buy us time to stop the killings. Nicolaz is broadcasting from an antenna on the roof. That's your first objective. You'll find the rest on your OPSAT.
So this mission in particular is very difficult to complete full stealth here. And we're also playing on the hardest difficulty on PC, which doesn't really affect AI behavior or anything too much. But obviously, if you get caught and the enemies get alerted, you basically take a whole lot of damage from these enemies here. And this, like I said, this mission can be pretty difficult. Right off the bat here at the very beginning, we get the AI to do some sweeps with landing on the ground there and having him hear it. And then I go in this direction here. I think it's a little bit safer than in the other direction would be climbing on the garbage chute over the fence. This is just a little safer to deal with. This guard is always going to move, and this allows you to climb up the fence. You do make some noise with the fence, so you do want to be a little bit careful when you climb up the fence here. And then this particular route that we take to get around this spotlight will allow us to avoid not only the mines that are on the ground when you switch to your thermal vision, but obviously allows you to avoid the spotlight. If you get hit with the spotlight at all, you will get alerted and probably die instantly. So you do avoid all the mines here. You have to worry about them. All parts of this pavement here. As long as you go in this particular route, you should be good. The enemy does get suspicious right here because I have trouble soft landing on the PC version of the game for whatever weird reason, but it's all good. As long as you are in darkness, that enemy will not get alerted to you at all. And that is the first part. So, not too bad so far. But don't worry. It only gets more interesting. So here we're on the rooftop. And we're going to have some enemies down below with some familiar faces conversating with each other. I miss this ledge here.
Should we check it out?
But the goal is to crawl around the rooftop here as the lights switch on and off. And when they switch off, you can crawl on this little platform here. When the light turns on, you want to wait to move because they can see you from down below. But if you land on the roof once and they make that dialogue, that means they're suspicious, but they're not alerted. But if you land on the roof yet again like that, then they'll become alerted and they'll run out here early, and it'll make some trouble to kind of get through this section. So just make sure you don't land on the roof loudly more than once. And that is the route to take to get around them and switch the object. Here we go.
What the hell just happened? The broadcast antenna's down. We've got no outgoing signal.
We're under attack. The Americans are here. They've taken out the broadcast antenna.
Get Nicholas out of here. I want his helicopter airborne now. I want a squad of technicians with an armed escort on the roof and repairing that antenna. I want the Americans found and killed.
Yes, sir.
So they have become suspicious since we switched the object here.
Sounds like you shook things up pretty well, but it's only going to buy us a few minutes.
Want to run right
Find
behind
those
this door
soldiers,
here?
Fisher.
Because the enemy is going to run out here very quickly, and as long as you're behind the door before they run out, you should be good. If you don't do this, it's going to make it a lot more difficult to get out of here and almost impossible without taking them out. So you want to be able to run behind this door really quickly. And you can open up this door, hang out in this corner here, and then this other guard is going to run up here. And then you're good to go. The other area down below on the other side is just a computer with a bunch of wall mines and ammunition. So that is something we don't need for a full stealth walkthrough.
We have Nikolai on board.
Now this section here
Departure in
is a bit random. You want to climb up on this railing here, and then you want to drop down with a silent landing, with a soft landing on the sink area here. So you do that and get in the corner. You have just enough darkness to get around this enemy. Sometimes this enemy will still see you regardless because of where his head is pointing in a specific direction. Sometimes he'll just see you. There is another way to alleviate it with
This is Nikolai.
diversion cameras,
Kill the American soldiers.
but I only
Take them to the studio
have
and kill
3
them.
for the entirety of
You're
the
away
mission,
to
and I'm
footage
going to be
whenever
using
we
all
can.
3 in
Tell
other
Tehran
parts.
we are moving ahead.
That is
I'll
the
retrieve
safest
the
way
ark.
of getting down here around that guard. There's another
This
guard
is
there.
Gringo. I
You don't
want
have
the
to worry
American
about him
soldiers
whatsoever.
prepped and in studio.
Just go down this
Execution
wonderful
of
vent.
Going forward as planned. Yes, sir.
And we're going to be using our first diversion camera to get around 3 guards here that are going to be sitting right in front of our path to move forward. But we're not going to knock them out. We don't have to knock them out. Because diversion cameras, while they smoke out enemies and they stun them, they do not take them out whatsoever. So there's a nice way to be able to run around enemies and they're not going to get alerted
broadcast?
using a diversion camera. So really
not
nice
our place
tactic
to
and really nice
question.
tool to have
Let's go.
to be able to get around enemies. So we equipped the diversion camera. Like I said, there's 3 throughout the entirety of the mission. I get to this corner here, quickly shoot it, shoot out the gas, and we can be able to proceed forward here. They're not going to get alerted to you, not going to become suspicious and run into this room. So as long as you get into this room, you're good to go. Now, this section. This is by far the hardest section in the entire game to complete full stealth. We're going to try and get through it. There's some random deviation to it, so regardless of what you do here, sometimes enemies will just see you no matter what. So there's some randomness, unfortunately, but we want to hug the right wall here and keep moving forward. We don't want to go ahead of that guard or else he'll see you here in the fog. Press up under the wall here and move along right before the turret moves in the opposite direction here, and then we can run past it. And then this next room here, a little bit easier, but also some random deviation here as well. So we want to get behind the guard as he faces forward in that direction. He's going to do a little turn over here. Still want to hang out, chill out. And he's going to do one more turn that allows us to go past him onto the left here. Now we got to quickly get our gun out here. The moment this arc guard turns to the right, shoot a diversion camera here and spam the interaction button to get the noise effect a whole lot of times so that the left guard here will also get suspicious to it as well. If you do not get that left guard to move over here to the right and have them standing there in that direction, this is most likely going to fail, and that guard is going to see you. So you got to make sure that you spam the noise interaction a lot with the diversion camera so that those 2 guards will be sitting in that direction where the camera was. So that to be suspicious enough so that this guard here that's moving forward here will not see you when you're climbing on the pole here. So if you successfully did that strat, This is what's going to happen here. You're going to get to the very end here. You hear a turret, as well as see one more guard here.
Maybe it was a
You
shadow.
can disable the turret. Nice little cheeky corner spot for the turret here. Disable it. And then you're going to want to get this other guard to become suspicious of a noise that you're going to make with a bottle here. So that you can finally move past this guy. And then we can move on to the last part of this section here. Like I said, there's random deviation no matter how you really try to complete this, but this is really the most consistent strategies that I've been able to practice and find. There's really not a whole lot you can do to make it super 100% consistent, but this is by far the most consistent. And we're gonna go past this guard here. He can just see you sometimes no matter what you do. I'm gonna hug the wall as much as possible. That guard is gonna go forward, turn that direction. That other guard here is never gonna see you here. You should always be good there. Climb this. Continue to hug the wall to the right as much as possible. I'm gonna drop down. Again, I have issues with soft landing on PC. And no matter what here yet again, sometimes this guard to the right will see you. And you gotta find a way to get into that vent. Obviously, gotta go into it a little more straighter than to the corners. But I was trying really hard to not get seen by that guard. And then there is a med kit there, but you don't want to go down there just yet. You want to actually, if you want that med kit at all, you're gonna have to wait till this guard turns the other direction here, or take out the guard in general if you're just doing a casual playthrough. So that is a nice little troll med pickup there to get instantly alerted by the developers. But since we're not going to be taking out any guards and we don't need to heal, we're just going to do this, switch the object, and go on to the last part of the mission here. So right away we want to run the moment we get the autosave. Do a nice little spin, because Sam Fisher, super spy, cool guy. Gonna want to chill out here, stand a little bit, wait until this guard turns the other direction. The moment he turns, then we can move forward, take out our gun of choice, which is the FC-20K. Take out this light here. Take out this light here as well. You make sure you do it quickly, or else the guard will get alerted if you do it too slowly. Sometimes you take damage from the turret. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot you can really do about that. It just happens. But the whole point of shooting that light first, the first light, is so that the turret is shooting at the light, because you made a noise shooting at that light, so the turret just automatically shoots at the light because of the noise. And then you shoot out the lantern so that you have total darkness when you disable the turret, so that the guards don't see you. This is also a bit random here, but we're going to try and make this as consistent as possible. By climbing up here, we're going to disable one of the turrets. But you don't have to disable both, because you don't have to go to the right side anymore. Shoot a diversion camera in this corner, and what this is going to do is have this one guard that's in my way move forward here, get the gas out, it'll stun both the guards, walk forward. Unfortunately with the strat, sometimes you're just going to get hit by the turret there, but as long as you get there quick enough to the middle platform, you should always be good. Even if you get hit by the turret, you should always have more than enough health to get through it anyways. And we shoot out the light there yet again, just so the turret yet again is shooting at the light upwards instead of shooting at us the whole way through. And those two guards that were previously gassed are suspicious, but they're not alerted.
We're on patrol until the alert quiet.
Like I said, a little random deviation, but sometimes, again, nothing you can really do. Just try to make a consistent strat and hope for the best. Very optimal angle here. Sam is nice and toasty down there. We're on to the last part of the mission. If you guys do enjoy these type of playthroughs, we really appreciate it, considering subscribing to the channel, clicking the notification bell for future content like this. It was really fun to make this playthrough happen. So one of my favorite games of all time. Thank you for watching. So I just get the med kit because obviously I took a lot of damage.
Grinko wouldn't let
Since
them
it's
torture us.
it's not like a
He
no
kept
damage
saying we
playthrough
had
or
to look
anything.
pretty for our execution.
I don't really
We
mind
haven't
taking
eaten in
damage
2
in these type
days.
of
I'm not sure
playthroughs.
I can walk. You've come to save us. Where are the others?
Here
It's
are
just
the
me.
soldiers
Oh, crap.
that we're trying to save here. So this last part of the mission will require us to take down some enemies because it's a forced gunfights.
I don't know why.
We're gonna try and
they've
make it a
let us
little
live this
consistent here
long.
and
They
knock them out
killed so many.
instead of kill 'em.
How could one human do such things to another?
You are American,
You're Chinese.
the PRC ambassador to Myanmar. I must speak with a representative of your government.
They hear everything I do. Shoot.
Kong Furong does not represent the will of China. He is a splinter faction of the Chinese army, all of them fanatics and fools.
What does he want?
First, Taiwan, with others to follow. Gifts to the PRC he thinks they will not be able to refuse.
How is Nicoladze involved?
Trade. Furong provides transport and munitions in exchange for weapons-grade nuclear waste.
Does China know?
No. And unless they are issued proof of Furong's activities, I fear the certainty of war.
What's the proof?
On the computer in his office. My office. He has overridden and reset the lock.
I force him to open his computer and forward the contents to the PRC. And our countries don't go to war.
Such is my hope.
So here we go. This is probably the most consistent part of the mission here. These enemies are always going to do the same thing. So it's going to make it nice and easy for us to get through these guys. We're going to stand up here and try to knock out the first guy with a headshot with the airfoil round. He's knocked out. And this other guard's going to move forward. Other guard over there is always going to throw a grenade. He's going to go that way in that direction. Allows us to shoot another airfoil and knock him out like that. Or just headshot as well. And this guard will move forward. Headshot him with the airfoil there. Or just do that instead. And then a couple more to go. Do a sticky shocker for this guy. And then we got one more guy left.
Kill Grinko.
Okay.
These men are mercenaries. Their only cause is money.
He does a lot of damage to you, so make sure you nail that shot.
They scatter.
You can do that with no damage too, but again, it's not a no damage playthrough or anything.
dead! He killed Grinko!
He's knocked out, not dead.
He that? Mrs. Grinko is
Keyword,
dead!
knocked out, not dead.
Fisher, Echelon just picked out an intercept. Furong knows that Grinko's dead and Nicoladze is gone.
That's not good.
Get
Knocked
back
out.
to the embassy.
Lambert.
He's trying to destroy the evidence that could keep us out of a war.
Right.
That is Abattoir. Very, very tough mission for full stealth, but we were able to complete it with 0 alerts and minimal knockouts. You just have to knock out those enemies at the very end. But that will be the end of the video. Like I said earlier, if you guys enjoy this type of content, it'd be really awesome considering subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell for more. My name is Quectro. English. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, goodbye.